Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King freaking Kansas, up early to watch the finale on a fine Saturday morning of Creature Commandos, aka Episode 7. It's James Gunn's first official dabble into his newly created DCU universe. It's an animated series consisting of several good actors. So I'm going to go through the little list and then I'll give you my overall thoughts on the finale and the series on the whole, guys. Okay, don't worry, it's not going to be too long, hopefully. Okay, it was released December 5th, 2024 to literally January 10th, 2025. It's about 23 minutes an episode, directed by James Gunn, 7 episodes total. It stars Indira Varma. She plays the bride. You got Gunn. He plays G.I. Robot. You got Alan Tudyk, one of my favorite actors. He plays Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus. You got Zoe Chao, who plays Nina. David Harbour, who plays Frankenstein. Frank Grillo, who plays Rick Flag Sr. Maria Bakalova plays Princess Ileana. Julian Kostev, he plays Alexei. Viola Davis plays Amanda Waller. And Anya Chalotra plays Cersei. So basically, guys, it's a continuation from what Suicides, I guess, Suicides was kind of a little bit directed, tied in, but it's not tied into Rick Flag Jr. getting killed. So Amanda Waller decides, you know what, it's time to come up with another team, and that's what she does. And that's what we got in the first episode. So that's how I'm going to break it down quickly to the finale, and then I'll get into details. So the first one was called the Collywobble. It was the introduction to the team, her putting the team together, getting Rick Flag Sr. aboard to lead a bunch of misfits to go to protect the princess. So there won't be a World War III going on. And some third world country will spread into them. So that's what happens. You got episode number 2 called the Turum Mitra Necklace. This was the Bride of Frankenstein's origin. Wow, that was a very gory, violent origin. And how she was put together. She fell for Victor. And then Frankenstein got jealous of her. And then she's been on the run since. We'll just leave it at that. The third episode was called Cheers to the Tin Man. That was G.I. Robot's origin story. It showed you how he was fighting the war back in the day with the Nazis. That's why he has that thing stuck in his head. He ends up turning on one of the guys that he was taken into because they were going to decommission him or something like that. And he ends up shooting him. So he became a criminal. That's why he ended up where he did. Remember, guys, brief summary. Number 4 was called Chasing Squirrels. That was the Weasel's origin. Holy shit, heartbreaking how he got blamed. He was trying to rescue the kids that were stuck in the fire, and he got blamed for going after all of them. Oh my god, that was so heartbreaking, and probably one of my favorite episodes from the whole entire series. The 5th episode was called The Iron Pot, which was Frankenstein's origin, how he ended up escaping or going to start his own little life. He meets an old lady, and in order to put her out of her misery, he ends up killing her, and he was on the run. And he's been on the run since, looking for his bride, waiting years for her to show up. She does, and that's why you got the creeping around and all that shit. Number 6 was called Privatel Skillet, Dr. Phosphorus. That was a very unique origin on how he became who he became. He was a scientist that didn't provide the, I guess, science knowledge and or weaponry to help these warlords. So they end up killing his wife, and then he ends up being experimented on and turning into what he is. And I'm telling you, creepy, but not my favorite. And lastly, the 7th finale. It was called A Very Funny Monster, and it was the origin of Mina, the mer lady, the lady who had to stay in a fishbowl to survive. One of the nicest people, and oh my god, that was like probably a good way to go out with the series overall. She's the one who ends up trying to to kill the princess, because the princess is swimming. It's the only way the team can get to go after him, because they were ordered by Amanda Waller based on Cersei's visions that the princess is the one who's going to end the world, which she's never wrong, but you know, she can be. But the team set out, they were hunted the last episode before that. And that's what I liked about the whole series, guys. That even though we got origin stories, it progressed the story from point A to point B to the point that we are at. That the team, minus Rick Flag Sr., who got hurt the last episode, told Amanda Waller that no, it's not her, it's something else. You guys were totally wrong, which they weren't. But they find that out later. You'll find out how it is. So they send Mina. My God, her father, her mother didn't want to do anything with her. She didn't like the fact that this kid was a little different, had to use metal things to breathe and all this stuff, you know, and so they kind of separated, and the father took her on and wanted to put her in a normal school, so they do so. They end up, he tried to see if she can get her to breathe, so he kind of like fused her thing with DNA with some aquatic animals and stuff like that, so it kind of backfired, but it also saved her life. You know, to make it easier for her to breathe. She needed to stay in water. She got made fun of at school. All this stuff plays a factor. And of course, you have the bride convincing her, you're the only one who can do it. You got to go swim underneath and stab her. And as a result, guys, she ends up getting killed, which that was a total surprise on my part. I didn't expect her to die. And the way she floated slowly up there with thing, and bride, oh my God, tears. But she got her revenge. She ends up going to the princess one-on-one, having a little conversation. You can see bookshelf cases full of pretty much propaganda to take over the world and stuff. So she wasn't wrong. Everybody thinks you were wrong, but no, I know what you're up to. So the princess goes to pull out a gun to shoot her. She shoots her right in the head. Wow, that was another, like, are you kidding me? So she ends up doing so, kills her, and then she walks out with the whole team, headed out, goes, let's go quickly, with Dr. Phosphorus, Weasel. They make their way out, and she ends up going back home, and as a reward for her good job, Amanda Waller decides to give her a whole ward of place to live, and a new team. You got a new GI robot, you got some gargoyle lady, you got, of course, some familiars, Weasel, licking himself, which is funny, James Gunn. You also had King Shark, which was cool. So a couple of 2 new guys introduced, and that's where the series ends, and that's probably we're going to get them in a live action somehow, somewhere. We don't know what happened to Frankenstein. He's somewhere hurt, shot by the bride, and we don't know about Rick Flag Sr. and a couple other members of the team, you know. But overall, love the way how it was put together. I was going into this not expecting, like, because I'm not an animation guy, but it's not for kids, so make sure your kids don't see it. No way in any form is it. Very violent, very gruesome, adult-themed situations, and yeah, not for kids, 100% not for kids, but I think overall it was a success. I can't wait to see the live-action versions of these characters and what they're going to bring to the DCU universe created by James Gunn. But I liked it overall. I think it stuck the landing. And I like the way how he did. Every episode was telling a part of the overall story, and at the same time giving us the origins to every character to make us really care about these people and understand what makes them tick. So there you go, guys. I'm done. I don't want to say any more. I think I said enough. But yeah, if you like violence, you like animation, you like James Gunn's storytelling, and you want to be excited about the DCU, I think it's a win-win across the board. So there you go, guys. That's my official Creature Commando Season 1 series finale review. Hope you guys liked it. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other reviews that we dropped this week. Unboxing videos to come, podcasts to come, and new projects to come. You know, we're still tweaking things out, but we're trying to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, or possibly a Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday schedule. But we'll see how things go. Stay tuned for the rest of this month. And we can't wait to see you guys return back right here on the Movie Throne. Stay off the King's Throne. And I'll see you where? Right here on YouTube Land. Take it easy and definitely be the hell good.